So the question was, what was my best week in practice? So my best week in practice was not one in which we saw a lot of people. That doesn't even come to, I couldn't even tell you what that number is. That doesn't even faze me. It wasn't a week in which we did a bunch of services and made a lot of money. That's not the best week. I couldn't even tell you what that number is. The best week in practice started on a Monday with a guy who's been a practice member of mine for 20 years. We're celebrating our 20th anniversary here of Janke Family Chiropractic, and this guy's been with me for 20 years. And it was on a Monday morning. He was in one of the adjusting rooms, kind of slumped over, just slumped over. A big old mountain of a man. He's got like a baseball mitt for a hand. Country boy. He travels probably about 20, 25 miles to be here every time. I've seen his mom, his wife, his brother, and himself. And this morning, on a Monday morning, he's in there and he's just slumped over. And I walked in because it was much earlier than we typically saw people. And I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Well, that his wife has passed away last night." And we knew she had been sick for a while, but it's always a shock when someone finally passes. And he says, I'm going to have a really tough week, Doc, so I came in here this morning to make sure I'm the best I can be for that week." I adjusted him, gave him a big hug, said, "I'll see you at the services," and went back into my room and cried. Later on that same week, we have one of our practice members come in who had just given birth to her second child. And she didn't have to be here. She didn't have to stop here. Matter of fact, it wasn't on her way. She didn't have an appointment. It wasn't on her way. She could have gone that way around to come to go home, but instead she decided to come this way from the hospital. She was on her way right from the hospital. And she's in the room, and I see her there holding her maybe 1-day-old child. And I look at her, and she just looks up at me, and I said, "Oh, wow." And she says, "I came here, I wanted to make sure you check my child." And you ever had one of those Wayne's World kind of moments where you're like, "I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy"? And I said, absolutely, it would be my honor to. And we checked the child, we checked her, of course. But in the beginning of the week, we help someone get through an ending of life, and we help another person with the beginning of life. That was my best week in practice.